The first winter storm of the season has brought a mix of precipitation to the Northeast, and more is on the way. Good evening and welcome to WeatherScope. I'm Janetta Jones. Snow, sleet, and rain are making for a rough evening in many parts of the Northeast. Rich Johnson has been keeping a close eye on the situation and joins us now with the details.
Thank you, Janetta. We continue to follow this mixture of precipitation in the Northeast. Some cases there has been snow in that range of 6 to 12 inches. We'll have a look at that in a little bit more detail. First of all, the history of this storm. Yesterday over toward Indianapolis into last night, some snow about 4 inches, around 7 inches over in Buffalo and over to Albany. From Mike Seidel, as we've seen about 5 inches of snow, and it appears that the snow has let up just a little bit, but there's more coming in soon. Mike, what's going on now?
That's right, Rich. We're checking the radar along with everybody else on the Weather Channel back in the satellite truck, and there's that last batch we've been talking about, now moving in from northeastern Pennsylvania. We had a nice break in the snow for a couple of hours. It's picking up a little bit, although these are finer flakes, which is more typical when it's in the low and mid-20s. But as we pan out over towards that ridge area, it's not quite as crisp, the vision of that ridge at this point. So the visibility is starting to drop back a little bit. Notice the roadways here heading out towards the thruway from downtown Albany. It's almost like a ghost town. Everybody is sitting tight, staying home, and that's giving the plows at least a chance to clear the roads. Tomorrow morning, again, the roads are going to be pretty slick out there. During the day tomorrow, we should be able to get the temperature just above freezing, but then late tomorrow, again, we'll have that clipper moving in from the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes, and that will probably, Rich, bring a little bit more snow, and there could even be some more snow showers on Sunday. So for the fourth weekend in a row in the Northeast, the weather is certainly less than perfect for outdoor activities. The average high, by the way, in Albany for this date is 50. Today we officially got up to 30, although for most of the afternoon it was in the mid-20s. The wind chill has been running between 5 and 10, so it's pretty nippy. And again, if you've got to drive tonight or tomorrow morning, give yourself some extra distance and certainly adjust the speed. This is likely your first time dealing with snow and ice since last winter, and last winter was, boy, that was a real ease in driving in this area because it didn't snow very much. So just take it easy and we'll get you through the weekend. The next chance for any real sunshine and temperatures above 40 does not come until the first of the week. Rich?
All right, thanks, Mike. And again, checking the radar, it looks like the next couple times we visit, the snow should be coming down a little bit more heavily. That's Mike Seidel in Albany, New York. Well, join us now out of Massachusetts is John Tomany. He is a Deputy Director of Operations for the Massachusetts Emergency Management Agency out of Framingham. Mr. Tomany, can you tell us a little bit about the highway conditions across southern New England?
Yeah, right now, Rich, we're experiencing pretty slick road conditions after the sun's gone down this evening. Roads are starting to refreeze in some areas. The highway departments are out trying to get the roads cleared right now, but they are experiencing some pretty slick conditions, and it's snowing pretty moderately here right now at this time. We've had numerous accidents throughout the day, as you've been reporting all afternoon, basically due to these slippery conditions on most of the interstate roadways. Most of our problem areas have been specifically on the Interstate 495 and 290 corridors here in Massachusetts.
Could you tell us a little bit about the difference of conditions where we have seen some snow in some areas, freezing rain in other areas? Where has the slickest of the roadways been in the state?
Primarily for Massachusetts, it's been through central Massachusetts and the Worcester County area, but it's also been along the interior eastern section of Massachusetts and Essex and Middlesex counties. We've been experiencing a mixed bag of precipitation all day long, from freezing rain to sleet to snow back and forth. Like I said, now it's primarily snowing throughout most of Massachusetts as we speak right now, with the exception of there is a small band down in southeastern Massachusetts that we're still experiencing some mixed precipitation in the form of rain and sleet at this time.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Tomany. Again, he's the Deputy Director of Operations, Massachusetts Emergency Management Agency with highway conditions out of Massachusetts. Well, what is going on now? We have the low pressure center heading off the coast. This is the main low here, and that is heading away, but with that counterclockwise flow, that is allowing a north wind around Boston, and it is now starting to change to snow, some sleet and snow combination at the present time with 30 degrees down to New York City, holding at 35. Some of the northern and western suburbs have mixed or changed over to some sleet or a little bit of snow. So it's trying to come on in before it's all over with. Heaviest of that snow band, you saw it earlier, out through this part of New York State, and it will probably continue across southern New England. Over to Boston, there's going to be an accumulation. Already is some as the sleet continues to come on down. Some of the totals that we're looking at, possibly over 3 or 4 inches before this storm is over with near Boston. The worst of the conditions around New York City probably actually about now or a little bit later this evening. You can see the brunt of the precipitation just about over with just a little bit over to Philadelphia at the present time in the form of rain near Philadelphia. Here's the latest Doppler out of Boston. Again, we have that north wind, and of course with that north wind it's going over the water a little bit. So over at the airport we're looking at that mixture, some sleet and snow. If we're getting a little bit more of a component out of the northwest, that would probably change it all over. We do expect that to happen over the next couple of hours. Interior sections of New England, we are seeing the combination of snow, sleet, even some freezing rain. So use caution. The roadway conditions will vary depending on exactly where you are. We have another radar. This is out of New York City. Hey, great news for you in New York. Here's the